A. Smith Show starts right now.
Over the national airwaves of ESPN Radio and ESPN News, 250 plus markets across the United States of America. Check your AM, FM listing nearest you, plus ESPN Radio and Sirius XM Channel 80, plus ESPN Radio simulcast over the live national television airwaves of ESPN News. Number to call up as always is 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. From the biggest concerts and games to the hottest theaters, shows, and more, Vivid Seats has it all. Download the app and join the Vivid Seats Rewards loyalty program today. Also, the Stephen A. Smith Show is being brought to you by new Shell V-Power Nitro, plus premium gasoline. Now with 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. Lots of stuff to get into here in hour number 2. Before I get back to the calls, there's a few things that I wanted to get into. Number 1. The state of California, the Senate okays athletes' bill NCAA calls harmful. The NCAA on Wednesday said legislation in California aimed at giving college athletes a chance to earn money while in school, known as the Fair Pay to Play Act, is harmful and unconstitutional and would, quote, upend the balance, end quote, of national competition in college sports. The organization's Board of Governors sent the letter Wednesday to California Governor Gavin Newsom, asking that the state not pass the bill. California State Senate voted Wednesday, for those of you who don't know, to pass the Fair Pay to Play Act with a tally of 39-0. That's the Senate vote in California. The California State Assembly approved the bill by a 73-0 vote earlier this week. The bill now moves to Newsom, who will have 30 days to decide whether he will sign it into law. Here's my belief. 39 senators out of 39. 39 state senators out of 39 voted in favor for the Fair Pay to Play Act. In terms of the state assembly, 73 out of 73 voted for it. Who the hell is the governor to say no? You got elected officials from every crevice of the state of California, every single one of them, 73 plus 39, which equals 112. All of them voted to pass this Fair Pay to Play Act. All right? And put it in the law. The bill is aimed at giving college athletes a chance to earn money while in school. Now, understand what the NCAA is saying. It will upend the balance. Why? Because when you talk about athletes being able to make money off of their likeness and names, able to receive marketing deals, etc., endorsement deals, that kind of thing, because that's what they're talking about here, right? What you're saying is that somebody at Duke is going to get more than somebody at Drexel. What you're saying is somebody at the University of North Carolina or playing at Kentucky under John Calipari or something like that or somebody at Villanova is going to get paid or going to be compensated in a fashion that somebody at Mount St. Mary, all right, or Lehigh, or someplace like that, ain't gonna get paid. Here's my response to all of that. Welcome to America. I mean, what the hell is this? I really don't understand it. Thank God for this. And forget whether I support it or not, because I do. But forget all of that for a second. This is the problem that I have with the NCAA and most of you damn people in these United States of America. Here's the problem. And by the way, in the interest of you interpreting it as Stephen A. getting a little bit of political or whatever, I mean, damn it, so be it. So be it. I've had enough of this. I love America. I believe it's the greatest country in the world. Just came from France. Beautiful over there, by the way. Very, very beautiful. I want to say that. Very beautiful over in France. I'm going to hit Italy next, all right? Hit England next. But I'm from America. You understand? I'm a black man in America. Nobody has suffered more than us. You can make this stuff up all you want to. Those of you critics, and you want to come at us talking about affirmative action, I got news for you. Nobody has benefited more from affirmative action than white women. That's right, I said it. Ask my man Bomani Jones, he knows. Brother's brilliant. I'm just telling you what I know. I ain't knocking it. I'm not one of these people that doesn't believe in gender equity or anything like that. To the victors go the spoils. If you got it like that and you can get it, God bless you. God bless you. This is America. I don't really understand this. So let me get this straight. If Zion is at Duke, but you got Bomani and Pablo playing at Drexel, and them brothers are going 500 every day, can't snip the NCAA tournament, but this brother's competing for national championships while playing under Mike Krzyzewski. He's supposed to be equal to them? That ain't America. That ain't America. Everybody want to walk around it. See, there's the problem. Let me tell y'all something right now. I ain't getting into socialism, fascism, democracy, or whatever. I'm going to tell you this much. And I don't mean it in an incendiary way when I say this, because there are negatives about capitalism, no doubt. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm a capitalist. Do I think that everybody deserves equal stuff equally? Hell no. Hell no. I don't believe that. I believe those who are better deserves more than those who don't, who are not. By the way, my position is consistent. Y'all remember when this Title IX thing came down and we started talking about female sports out there and folks was talking about equal pay? No, I'm not down with that. I think some women deserve more than some men. I think Serena Williams, Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka, and they deserve more money than most of the men. But damn it, if they ain't Federer and Nadal and Djokovic and they don't have that box office appeal, even though we know Serena does, hey, that's the way it goes. You got women all over the place talking about, listen, female sports. You remember when the coach for Notre Dame, McGraw, I think her name is, and she went off about women not being put in those positions? I played that tape over and over and over again because she was 1,000% correct. Women deserve to be in more positions of power and more positions of influence. No question about it. But when it comes to the dollars, if you ain't generating revenue, damn it, you don't deserve it. Period. Now, we ain't talking women's tennis because we know what they can generate. But the WNBA makes less than NBA players for a reason. All these women in the world out here, why ain't y'all going to the WNBA games? Why ain't you going? You got money, you got cachet, you got influence. How come you ain't going to the game? You right there. You got the freedom to go out there and support the WNBA, walk through those turnstiles, pack 19,000 people inside Madison Square Garden for the Liberty, inside the Staples Centers for the Sparks, inside the Verizon Center in the nation's capital for the Mystics. I ain't gonna get too much in the weeds of the WNBA team because, damn it, I don't know all their names. I'm just being real with you. I don't know all their names because I don't watch the WNBA like that. I watch some of them, but I don't watch all of them like that. My point is, these are females playing in the world of sports. There are plenty of women out here in this world who are successful, who are making money, who go to games, who love sports. But you know why the WNBA ain't making as much as the NBA? Because y'all ain't going to their games and supporting their product the way you support the NBA product. So why should you get paid the same? This stuff about equality. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's equal opportunity. That's where equality comes into play. Opportunity. But whoever you support, you support. And if somebody generates more support than somebody else, then damn it, the people that generate the most support should get the most money. That's capitalism. You really think that we like sitting here in America? And our police officers, our law enforcement officials who put their lives on the line every day for us, you think we don't think deserve money? How about the firefighters? How about doctors? You think we don't know better? Nurses, teachers. You think we don't know they deserve every penny they can get? But ladies and gentlemen, they don't generate revenue the way sports does, the way people on Wall Street might, the way the CEO of a Fortune 500 company might. That's why that's why there's a discrepancy. Money go to those who generate it. They sat up there and they even talked about me. I remember I was in the news. People speculating how much money I was making, how much money I would make. You don't know and you'll never know from me. But let me tell you something. Do I believe that I deserve to be the lowest paid? Jonathan, Shannon, look at me when I'm talking to y'all. Do I believe that I should be the lowest paid or some mid-range paid dude at ESPN or in the world of sports media? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Not with the work that I do, the hours that I put in, the ratings that I generate, the revenue that comes with it. You damn right I deserve to be paid. I ain't apologizing for nobody. This is America. I'm a capitalist, and I'll be damned if I'm going to apologize for that. The state of California stepped up on this. The NCAA is acting. I'm not accusing them of being this way, but in this particular case, they're acting like they're anti-capitalist. What the hell you mean equality? You ain't equal. The Big Five conferences, ain't they getting more money than other conferences? You ain't had no problem with that. You ain't had no problem. Nick Saban getting more money than some coach at Villanova. I guarantee you, Nick Saban getting more money than Cutcliffe at Duke. Dabo Swinney signs a $90+ million contract, which he deserves. I ain't hear nobody complaining about that. We don't know how much money Mike Krzyzewski's making. I assure you it's top notch. I don't hear nobody complain about that. But it come to these kids. Oh, now it's unfair. When you negotiate your deals with CBS for the NCAA tournament, I don't hear you sitting there complaining about that. But with the kids, oh, we got to be fair. You want to teach kids real life lessons? You remind them that this is America, and to the victors go the spoils. You want a piece of this pie? Produce. You want more? Get it done. Hey, this is the revenue that we generated last year. You want more? Generate more interest. Generate more revenue. If you teach them about it, maybe you wouldn't have so much damn trouble. But we don't want to talk about that, do we? We want to walk around. We want to hide that reality. It ain't going to happen on this show. Ain't going to happen on this show. I'm not saying that money is everything. Obviously, principled positions come with everything that we do in life. Somehow, some way, you got to make choices every day. But I'll be damned if I show up to work every day out of the goodness and kindness of my heart. I'm trying to get paid. I ain't apologizing for that to nobody. I'll put in the work. I'll make it happen. I'll do what I can to bring value and equity to this monstrous behemoth known as ESPN and Walt Disney. I'll do all of that. I'll have my hand out to get paid, too. It ain't for free. If that's the real world, why are we acting like it's any different with these kids? Everybody don't get to be the same. Be good enough in basketball to be at Duke and Kentucky and Kansas and so on, and North Carolina and so on and so forth. Then come talk to me. Be good enough to be at Alabama or Clemson or Georgia in football or even LSU. And then come talk to me. If you ain't that good, that's why you ain't getting compensated the way somebody else might be compensated. Let's be real. Let's stop babying every damn body. Or acting like we're babying when in fact what we're trying to do is keep all the money for our own coffers instead of spreading the wealth around. Gluttony is one of the 7 sins. Very few people are better at it than the NCAA. It's finally caught up to you now. You're going to have to do a little bit more sharing. Get the hell over it. This is how it goes. This is marketing dollars and endorsement deals and stuff like that. Be happy that California hasn't locked in on making sure their schools in their state need to compensate the players, the student athletes directly. And oh, by the way, when I say compensation, I'm talking about football and basketball. If you're playing volleyball, be happy with your damn scholarship. It's not a revenue generator. If you're wrestling, be happy with your damn scholarship. It's not a revenue generator. Softball, I'm talking about you too. Stop it. Some of you should be happy with a damn scholarship. Some of you, it shouldn't be enough. That's capitalism. That's America. And by the way, I have no problem with it. As long as you get what you earn and you get what you deserve, I got no problem with it. Everyone doesn't deserve to be treated the same. Those who are elite should be compensated in a better fashion than those who are not. Period. Well, let me stop that. I shouldn't say period. Because you could act like a buffoon, like an idiot, like some people who remain nameless, and get yourself in so much trouble that your greatness ain't worth it. That is possible. But that's the exception, not the rule. 888-SAY-ESPN, that's 888-729-3776. You're listening live to Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. Let's go to Gary. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Gary?
Yes, hello?
Gary, go ahead. You're live on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, how you doing today, Stephen A. Smith? I got 2 questions. I was calling to ask you, how do you think the connection between Tom Brady and Antonio Brown is going to be?
I think it's going to be elite as long as Antonio Brown's on the field long enough to make that happen.
And do you see the Patriots going back to the Super Bowl and getting their 7th championship ring?
I don't see anybody beating the Patriots if Antonio Brown is healthy, along with Josh Gordon and Tom Brady is healthy throwing them the football. I do not see anybody beating the Patriots under those conditions.
Not worried about the Kansas City Chiefs?
Not even in the slightest, because their defense stinks. Offensively, they're a juggernaut, but their defense stinks. They can't get stops when it really, really counts. That's why I don't believe in Kansas City's defense, because of their defense.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Mike. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Mike?
Well, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the NCAA and like you've been talking about. It seems to me over the years that they have a lot of similarities to the mafia. They just basically come in and take their cut and move on.
Yeah, you can make a legitimate argument by that, considering the relationships that they have, because when television networks and what have you negotiate their own deals with power conferences, and the NCAA comes in during the NCAA tournament, they get their money. Lord knows what the BCS, what kind of share they get. That's a legitimate point there. I can't deny that.
It just seems like when they originally formed, it was basically just to run the collegiate tournaments, and they keep expanding and expanding and expanding. And the biggest thing is that they're all controlled by a bunch of men that have no accountability, yet all their money comes from the taxpayers, primarily from state-run universities. So it's kind of interesting that we don't have any kind of control over them. And even if you look at their finances, it's very mysterious.
Well, you look at it that way. You know the way that I look at it? The crime in it all is that, you can understand why state legislators and beyond don't want to open a Pandora's box, because they don't want to get too overly involved with some of this stuff, because it can really be painstaking and tedious and what have you. The real problem in all of this is that collegiate athletes do not have representation. They don't have a student athletes association. That's the problem. If they had representation, most of these problems would go away. They don't have it, and that's where the problem lies. And that, to me, is where government intervention should take place. The government should mandate that these student athletes have some form of representation rather than being placed at the mercy of the NCAA. That, to me, is what I think is the right thing to do.
I agree with you there on that point. And one last thing I would like to say, I grew up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, so I am a longtime Lions fan, obviously, but I also lived in Milwaukee, and I hate to admit it, but Aaron Rodgers is the man.
He is. He's a bad man, and nobody in Detroit has been since Barry Sanders. I'm glad you know that. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. We'll get into some Dak Prescott stuff as well, a little bit more Antonio Brown. And you heard what I had to say about the NCAA. Ain't nobody backing up. It is what it is. I'll talk to you in a minute. You're listening live to Stephen A., ESPN Radio, ESPN News. By the way, when it comes to hiring, you don't have time to waste.